If you're waiting for Modern Horizons 3 to finally fall to a decent price in which you can afford to buy it, you may have to wait a little bit longer, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. If Wizards of the Coast has shown us anything in the last couple of years, it's that patience is a virtue, and you are rewarded when you are patient when it comes to Magic the Gathering. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on the channel. And yes, we are discussing Modern Horizons 3 and the fact the prices are still continuing to fall as we try to find out where this product is going to level out at, that enough players buy it to consider it the equal balance value for dollar that Wizards wants it to be. We've seen a decrease in prices at the major level of Amazon. Now, allow me to share this with you so you get a better understanding in case you haven't seen it yet. Here we have an Amazon Play Booster box. You can see there $269.99 US prices. And it says it's 29% off. And of course, that's a fallacy. It's not really 29% off at all. Instead, what they did at the beginning was they overcharged for it. They purposely overcharged for the product to see where the people are willing to spend their money, and how many boxes moved or pre-sold at those levels gave them an indicator of what the market appetite was going to be for these products. Earlier on, about 3 months ago, I did a video discussing the idea that Wizards is doing this more often with Amazon than with the regular retailer, and it seems to be playing out that way, because if I show you the next slide, which is going to be the collector booster box, right? You can see a few weeks back, 3 weeks ago, when I said the price was dropping, it was at like $429. Now it's dropped another percentage point, although it went from $429 to $400, but they're saying it's 21% off because they're showing the original price difference. Really, they've only dropped it a few more bucks. So it's not 29%. That's just a little bit of good old marketing for you to get you all excited about what you're seeing. But the real idea was they went from the 504 to 429, because I have that up on the video on my main page. You can take a look at those prices. And then they went down to 400. And in this time, here's where it gets really interesting. In this time, we've seen more spoilers, more leaks, and the sales are starting to increase as the price has dropped down. So as the price falls, interest in the leaks and stuff goes up, and we seem to be finding a closer balance. But here's the kicker for you. If we look locally in Canada, let me show you a shop here in Toronto. This is face to face, and you can see here, collector box is $529, which is, of course, an obscene amount of money. And that's the one I want to show you from this particular page. Is $529. That's a lot of money, guys. That's a lot of money. But here's the thing. If I show you the next page, which I'm going to share with you, this is 401 Games. I don't care about the price difference of the $30, but I've converted it to US dollars so you can get a better understanding, no taxes, of course, of what we are looking at. So if you look at a collector box, it is $349.99 in the US if we converted it Canadian dollar to the US dollar. And then you've got the Play Booster boxes at $273.95. This is very significant. And of course, I've included this combo pack of $686.95 if you bought, the collector booster, the Play Booster box, and a bundle pack. I wanted to share that just so you could see it. But let's go back for a second. Let me show you that collector box again. Okay, $400. You can see there's like a $50 difference still from the Canadian pricing conversion to where we're seeing it on Amazon. And of course, if we go over and take a look at the Play Booster box though, $269 tells you, versus the Canadian of only $4 difference, that is the price it's going to stay at. You are not going to see a shift in price for those Play Booster boxes now until release. Because that's what the large retailers here in Canada, the stores that get the best discounts, that's what they've put it at. That tells you that's the price point. The Canadian guys, for some reason here, never shifted the price. They put it at what the price was going to be all along, and they left it there. But if you take a look at that price conversion of the $400 on Amazon versus the $350 that store would be selling it for, there's still a $50 drop coming. We are still going to see a significant change in the pricing of this product. Another $50. I'm betting some cash on this if you guys want, because it's right there for you to see. Canadian pricing has never beat the US dollar. I want you guys, let's rewind that so you can hear it again. Canadian pricing never beats the US dollar when it comes to Magic product. It's in their home turf. It's in the main country that gets the biggest distribution, which is the USA. Canadian pricing is always behind the 8 ball. So if anything, the minimum drop is $50, but it could go a little bit further. Now, this doesn't discount things like TCG Player, who will have like a sale. I guess the sale's today. By the time you're watching this video, that sale, the Mayhem sale's today. And if you're shopping on TCG Player, please remember to use my affiliate link. It's like a 10% cashback thing they're doing today. And of course, if you use my link, I get the 3.5%, which lets me buy prizes for the channel. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to do so. But when you look at the overarching indicators of where the prices are going, Amazon is now the testing. It's the testing ground to see the interest for players. The price drop video that I did the other day, a few weeks ago, as that fell and as we saw cards show up, you could see these little indicators of more interest, people talking about it more. I'm not going to say it's the hype train, but there's maybe a couple of train cars getting attached up to a big engine, getting ready to go, depending on what cards we see. But the price is getting in line. And as that price gets in line with consumer confidence in the product, that's where you start to see the difference. That's where Wizards of the Coast will look back on the numbers and say, here is the equilibrium. Here's where we found things. This was the most success. How do we get past that point? How do we get the players more excited so they will go up 10% more, 15% more? They will use this as a barometer of the environment that they're in for their card game. They are still a business. They're going to treat it that way. We as the players, though, we are looking for value in the product. We are looking at the cards they're showing us. We're looking at the prices drop, and we're seeing where our minds take us in terms of price memory, and we are trying to find the ground that says we are able to buy the product. Many people will never buy it. We know this. They will buy singles. They'll buy individual packs. There are a group of players out there who love the surge, the rush of looking for the big bad boys and trying to find the best cards they can and randomly opening boxes at a time. Kudos, congratulations, I might be there with you. Okay, I am very excited for the product. I still hate the price point. I just do. Even though I consider this the same price we paid for Modern Horizons 2, as I've stated before, we're in a different economy. It's not the exact same playground it was a few years ago. So the dollar doesn't go as far, and we have other bills to pay. But that doesn't take away from the importance of what we're witnessing in Magic the Gathering when you see how they're doing their marketing. This is very important going forward for anyone in MTG Finance, for any single speculators, or anyone who buys individual cards for decks, because they are going to use this as part of their new layout, the new rollout of how they determine how much product to print, the price points in which to introduce the product, and yes, they will still start at higher price points and slowly bring them down when you see it on Amazon. After the Amazon dumps and after we had a few glitches with a product like Ravnica Remastered, where it was underpriced, they showed the pricing on Amazon, then had to correct the price. Players got excited only to have the rug pulled out from under them, seeing the price double overnight. And let's face it, that made a lot of players upset. Wizards of the Coast did learn something from that. They learned they can't underprice and then correct, can they? They've got to overcharge, charge more than we are expecting, and then slowly reverse the charges like, hey, it's not as much interest, the price is going down, when really they know exactly where they want that product price to land. All you have to do is look at other local LGSs who already kind of know the pricing point from distributors, do their proper markup of whatever they're going to charge extra on the box, and then you get that exact pricing that we're seeing right now. It is a fascinating study in how Wizards of the Coast is willing to play the game and play it really well, to make it look like they're losing when really they're still winning. They are still going to sell a lot of product. If the price drops even further, they will sell more of it. The cards do look pretty epic. And even if it didn't sell great, they have enough of a singles market on a lot of these individual cards players are going to seek out that we're probably going to see stores do larger box openings if it's a larger LGS. Smaller stores won't be able to do it, but a larger store can afford the capital to usually get a whole bunch of boxes out there. It is going to be a really interesting year to see how Wizards of the Coast will do this going forward. I'm not expecting real changes on things like Bloomburrow or Duskmourn, because I've already seen the pre-release pricing for those, and it's very typical of what we've seen this year, since the introduction of Play Booster boxes, I might add. But at the same time, if you look at something like Murders at Karlov Manor, the first Play Booster box, right? It did horribly. And it's not just the set. That box is on sale all over the place. They've discounted collector boxes, the Play Booster boxes, because nobody's buying it. So you have to have a price point. Even when it's lowered, if the product's junk, we're not going to buy it. So you need a decent product with decent cards and a decent storyline, and we need to follow that up with how about good card quality. Just saying, a side note there, good card quality, and then maybe you can justify a regular price. But you can't jack it up, but they will try with specialty products. So keep your eye out for this stuff, because next year, it's going to be a doozy, because they're going to play this merry-go-round game all over again. Either way, thanks a lot for hanging out. Thanks for tuning into my channel every day. I can't wait to see your comments in the comments section about you witnessing the prices falling, as I've shown you. How do you feel about it? What does it make you think about now that I've given you that information? Let's talk about this. There's a lot to cover in future videos. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, shop smart. Shop smart. A big shout out and thank you to the fantastic patrons we have on this channel. Because of the patrons, daily uploaded content goes out every single day. Those patrons, those YouTube membership members who back this channel and support as patrons, allow for this content to happen. So thanks again to each and every one of you who takes the time every month to donate to this channel. Big and small, you help it happen. So thanks again. Yeah, I'm looking at you. And I hope you're looking at me. Welcome to the end. Welcome to the after party with only 360 subs to go until we get to 22K. I know, I can't help it. I know it wasn't that long ago we were at 20K, 10K, 5K, 7.5K pizza party. Remember that? I couldn't even eat that pizza. It was so big. Either way, we're here at the end. This pricing is nothing new. We've talked about this. A lot of people don't watch my videos all the way through. They don't catch everything. Most of the people who get to this point in the video, you guys know what's going on, okay? I've informed you enough times, but this is interesting because it is playing out, honestly, kind of like exactly as I expected. In terms of marketing, how they're promoting it, how the prices drop to shift to see where the interest levels are, and then they drop it a little bit closer. Here's some leaks, drop a little bit more. Here's some leaks, drop a little bit more until you find that balance. Fascinating stuff. Either way, it's the weekend. It's a long weekend here in Canada. Reminder, this is the Victoria Day long weekend here. So we are off on Monday. I won't have to work on Monday. Of course, you guys will see me, but I'll probably be at my other property, so I'll probably do the live stream on Sunday like normal, but it'll be at a distance. You know, I'll be up there. So I may not have the wheel and stuff, but we're still going to have a good conversation. Maybe I'll have a few fun and games ready for you guys to play, and we'll have a good time. All right, so don't forget we have the weekend, of course, top 10 for Saturday and Sunday, and the live stream will be 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. The Monday video will probably be filmed up there and then be shown here. We'll see. Depends on what Mrs. Mock says and how the family all take it as a group. If we can stand each other that long. I don't mean my family, I mean the others. The others. Guys, have a great one, man. In-laws. Can't live with them, can't live without them, because your wife says so.